November 13th, 1999. Days of the New at the Diamond. 759 people.
That was when the kid was on fire.
Yep. That's with the original band.
Is that
Chris Fox was the tour manager.
Or post Extreme Meth Addiction?
This was pre.
It's pre.
The kid hadn't made it yet.
This was the original band. This is when
they were still.
They were really, really good.
They were still on. Had singles, and just a matter of back then or two, seeing younger teenagers doing rock and roll. Me and Jeff I can speak for myself. We're used to seeing older guys, and this is about to see these kids of the future coming up. Them.
When you saw Travis Meeks or Johnny Lang or Kenny Wayne Shepherd, these were young kids that were giving the old guys a run for their money. It was cool to see.
Standing up there ripping it,
Because they're always like, who's going to be the next Eddie Van Halen? Who's the next Eric Clapton? Who's the next Stevie Ray Vaughan? And there is no next.
But it's take Kenny Wayne Shepherd for instance. I do a lot of shows with the guy in the casinos. So, to watch it all evolve to where it's at.
I can remember when he couldn't even drive.
Right.
And he would be in the production office calling home to say that he was going to be home in the next couple of days, put the battery charger on his truck because he wanted to drive his truck when he got home. To see him where he is now, watching the whole thing.
But the same way with Travis, when Travis got hooked, he got hooked.
It was bad. It ended up real bad.
Oh yeah, on into things that I remember doing a show at Cain's. I think you were there, and we couldn't get him. He wouldn't leave the hotel room. And Cain's is full of people, and we're waiting, and I think we had to send Steve Ray to get him. But it was either
Steve Ray can be very convincing.
I think it was Steve. It was either Steve or Gary Thomas, but one of the two went and got him.
They can, both of those guys can be very convincing.
He showed up.
The other part about Travis is I've done Travis shows where we've had good Travis shows, and we've had bad Travis shows.
When he's on, he's on. When he's on, it's a good show.
The time when he came to the Diamond and he had flipped out on the bus so bad that the bus driver was leaving.
I remember that.
He was leaving, and
he'd had enough.
He had had enough. He was a veteran, and
he was not going to do one more date.
I was just a runner, and he said, usually when you pick up the bus drivers, they want to go to sleep. This guy wanted to go and eat. and then all he could talk to me about was how this was some of the psychotic stuff that I don't even want to repeat of what was going on because it was crazy. And and he's like, I'm out of here. They're getting another, but they can he told me once I get my bag and drive off, they're on their own.
He was telling me, I'm out of here today. Yeah. Today. He was not going one more mile with that tour.
And then there's been times like I've booked him, and people are like, later on in life, why are you doing that? What if he doesn't do this? What if he doesn't do that? But I did him one time, and it was in the back. It was a beach party. Rob Miller back there on Baker Street.
Okay.
At Baker Street. It was Days of the New and 7 Mary 3. And that dude gave a performance like you would have thought that there wasn't a thing wrong with the guy.
Just brought the place down.
It was the people that were there got the real show because they're a good band. Days of the New is a great band. And at the time when they came out, their sound was a little fresh. It was a little different, and you either liked it or you didn't.
And Travis is a talented guy
because there were other bands in the same genre. It was rock radio in the 90s. You didn't know who it was. It all sounded the same.
And they very much sounded like their own
They
sound.
were a little bit different,